Brooklyn Jewish Center was established in 1919. The building was completed in 1920. As I understand, it was the first Jewish community center established in the United States. My maternal grandfather was one of the founding members, as were several of my maternal uncles. My parents were married there in 1944. My bar mitzvah was held there in 1958. I started at the Sunday school when I was very young, and then went to the Hebrew school and graduated from Hebrew school. I remember the principal was Mordecai H. Luides, who I met later in different circumstances when he was using his English name of Mortimer. There were functions going on all the time. There were lectures, there were parties, there were celebrations. The center was always in use. When I was in junior high and in high school, my classmates and I used to go on Saturday night to dances at the center. That's where we would meet people. There were athletic facilities, and there still are. There was a swimming pool, and there still is. A four-wall squash court, a basketball court, a gym, a sauna. The center was built so that it could serve as a focus of activity for the community, and it did. I met Rabbi Israel H. Leventhal when I was very young. He was the founding rabbi of the Brooklyn Jewish Center, followed by Rabbi Kreitman, a revered figure. He was a wise man. He gave sound advice and was very well respected as a model citizen.
When I came to the Brooklyn Jewish Center as the young associate rabbi, it was a great privilege to be here. Before I assumed my role as associate rabbi, I came as a regular worshiper and I couldn't get in. Seating capacity was around 1,700 and I was 1,701. I just couldn't get in. It was so crowded. Richard Tucker was still the chazan. It was the most vibrant, the most exciting synagogue I'd ever encountered.
It's difficult now to understand how important the Brooklyn Jewish Center was in its time, in its community. It was a very important and central place, and it was a very important symbol. I had really lost touch with the function of the Brooklyn Jewish Center. The only thing that struck me was when I got a mailing from 667 Eastern Parkway, and it said Oholei Torah, and I said, wait a minute, there's something strange here. I know 667 Eastern Parkway. The Brooklyn Jewish Center, as it now functions, is not the institution that I was involved with. The main sanctuary is gone. It's been replaced by facilities to enhance the educational program. The building has changed a little bit in that there's been an addition, and parts of the building are in disrepair. What's important is that the use to which the building is being put, and therefore the continuity of the spirit of the Brooklyn Jewish Center as it was first constituted, goes on.
There were possibilities of selling this building to other people who would have used it for very good purpose, but wouldn't have been Jewish purpose. Mainly the zchut was on the part of Rabbi Leventhal, Ben Moskowitz, Manny Cohen. There was a Dr. Schiff. May all their memories be a blessing, because they wanted to carry forward. And I had only a small minor part, nevertheless I had a part as a trustee, as Rabbi Emeritus, that this Brooklyn Jewish Center would develop into this enormously vital and exciting institution.
Reconnecting with this institution that meant so much to me is very satisfying, and of course the involvement of my family going back 2 generations before me gives me even greater satisfaction in being involved. There is no question that the use of the facility as a major educational institution is totally consistent with the wishes of the founders and the expectations and aspirations of the founders. It's very satisfying and very important to be involved with this kind of effort to restore and reuse this important building.
Torah is being continued here. We may not agree with all the theologies, but the idea that is found here of commitment is something that is special and gives us heart for the future. I'm particularly happy as I went with Rabbi Loomis in the tour of this building to see that it is carrying forward that excitement, that feeling here. That's a privilege to be a Jew.
It's very impressive to me that a community without very much money available to it continued progressively to restore and renew the building since it was acquired from the original board of the Brooklyn Jewish Center 27 years ago. The very necessary facade restoration to preserve the integrity of the building has already begun. Even though the campaign is relatively new, money has come in and money has been borrowed to start the facade restoration because it is so essential. And this is the structural integrity of the building. It's necessary to do this so that the building doesn't collapse. I did see the building before the restoration began and just recently saw the facade since some of the restoration work has been done. The change is dramatic. It is an ongoing process. It'll be completed. One way or another, it'll be completed. So the money is necessary, but the money will be put to good use because it's already being put to good use. As a result of seeing this video, those of us involved with the restoration project hope that you will want to be involved in the project. That could take the form of a donation to the restoration fund, which would be most appreciated and for which we'd be very grateful. But even if that isn't possible, we do hope that anyone who has a connection to the center will want to be involved in the reunion that we plan when the facade restoration is completed.
I see the survival of the Jew right here more than in many other places. It remains as a symbol of survival, commitment, and love.